Welcome guys to MD Consulting. I am so glad that you chose to click on that video link, and I am happy to show you how to do your business procedures, your creative workflows, your billing, and all these other things in Meistertask. So let's get into it. So first you'll need to sign into Meistertask.com. You can either sign in with your Google or your Facebook account, or you can sign in with your email address. If you're signing in with your email address, you'll need to put in your name, your email, and your password. And remember to check to agree to privacy policies and terms of service. And then click sign up. Once you've signed up, you'll see this screen. And you'll want to click on the plus sign to create a new project. Then you'll identify what your project name is. In this case, we're going to choose project management. And then you also have the option to add a description. When you're adding the description, you probably want to put a blurb in there to kind of give you a good idea of what this particular project is all about, or if it's dealing with a particular client, you can put that information in. But for right now, we're just going to give a summary of what the project is about. And then you also have the option to add a member. We're not going to do that right now, and that would be the person you're collaborating for the project. And it also gives you an option once you add them to send a special note to identify what's going on with this particular invitation. Also, you have the option to create a workflow. So in this case, we're going to keep the open, we're going to keep the in progress, we're going to keep the done, and then we're going to add a new section called issues. Now it's time for us to add in what our task is going to be. And in this case, we're going to make our task our project. So you can have multiple projects in this particular, multiple tasks in this particular project to pretty much keep up with your project. So we're going to name that project 1. And then in the project screen, you'll be able to assign the project to a particular person. We're going to assign it to myself. And then you also have a checklist item that you can include along with an attachment, and also be able to make comments later on as you're working on the project. You also have a due date and tags. Tags we'll explain in a minute. And also we can look and see what's been going on with the task. So we're going to click on the I, which gives you the option to update the project properties. And we're getting ready to work on the checklist. So here's myself as a member. We've already added that. And we're going to add our checklist. And with our checklist, you can give it a specific name. So let's think about it. What are we going to name this? I don't think we want estimate. Okay. Project activities is going to be our name for our checklist. And once you put that in, it'll give you the option to now add your items. So these items can be a list of things that you would normally do when you're starting a project and as you go through the process of it. So we'll put in to create an estimate for the person that's requesting this project to be done. Also, we'll do a non-disclosure agreement so that the person knows that it's going to, any information they give you is going to be private. And let's see, our last thing that we're going to put in there that will be important. I think it's going to be generating our first invoice. It's a good practice to have prepayments, to get the client used to making prepayments for the work that you're about to do. So we'll add that. And then once you're finished with the checklist, that's ready to go. But then you can also add what we call tags. So in tags, it gives you a quick idea of what's going on with the project. You can also change the color of the tags, but we're not going to do that in this example. So you can put in things like client follow-up, Let's see, what else can we put in there? Maybe something dealing with payment, so you can have payment due. And then I'm sure there is one more thing that I need. Maybe we could put in a tag for researching items. Maybe there's an image or something that needs to be researched in order for you to complete the project. So here are our 3 tags, and then you'll just click done. So when you click on the project, you're now able to load the checklist we just created, pre-project activities, and here's your list. You can also load an attachment. So you can load it from your local file or any of the other icons they have there. So we're going to put in an image. And I believe it takes JPEGs, PDFs, maybe PNGs. And this list right here shows you what you've done in the task. So you can kind of keep track of what things are going on in the task. Now, in order to move this through the workflow, you can either drag and drop, or you can, if you're in the project and you're ready to move it over, you can click on these 3 dots and click move, pick your project, and then where you want to move it to. So as you're going through the project, it's complete. Now you're going to move it over to done. That's the 3rd step in the workflow. And then let's say you had some issues with this project. You'll be able to click on your tags, click client follow-up. Maybe you need to ask a question. And that'll give you a quick idea of what's going on with that. Now, if you're finished with the project, you can click complete. And then this also gives you an option to archive the project instead of deleting it. So if you needed to to pull up an archive, you can do that. Also, you have these quick icons that you can put in tasks or give yourself notifications or add a new task. So when you click on the eye, you'll be able to go to your archive task. And here's your archive task. You'll click on the task. And then you'll go to the 3 dots and click restore. And this will restore that particular task back to your project workflow. Also, if you needed to duplicate a task, you can click on the 3 dots, click duplicate. And then with the duplication, it'll give you the same information you had in the original task. And then you could just go ahead and change the title and any other items you wanted to change. Just remember to take off your tags and delete some of your attachments if that's not something you want to keep. And that's how you do a project workflow. So now we finished our project management workflow. We're going to get this project ready for a business procedures. So I'm going to get rid of these tasks. And I'm also getting ready to change the name of the project. So we're going to name it business. Let's see what we're having here. A little technical difficulty. There we go. We're going to name it business procedures. Okay. And we'll change our summary for our project. And we're going to go through a small company processing a t-shirt order. So we'll also remove our checklist that we did previously. and our tags. So we're going to update our workflow to show that we received the order, leave the in progress, and also show that the order's been packed, and then show that the order's been shipped. So received, in progress, packed, and shipped is our workflow. Okay, so we're adding our new checklist, and we are going to call this process t-shirt order. And we're adding our line items, which are to order the t-shirt from a wholesale vendor. And right now, for this small company, we're going to use transfers, heat transfers. So we're going to pull our transfer from our inventory for that particular order. And then once we get the wholesale t-shirts in, whether we pick them up or they're delivered, we will check the order to make sure it's exactly what we ordered from the vendor. And then at that point, once we get everything together, we have our t-shirts, our transfers. We're going to press the t-shirt, ship it, and then update the tracking so that our client knows that their shirt is coming to them. And we'll also add some tags so that we can see for that particular order what part of the process it's in. So we'll show that the t-shirt's been ordered from the vendor. And let's think, what other part of the process do we need to add? That the t-shirt has been pressed. T-shirt has been packed, and finally the t-shirt has been prepared for shipping. And then also we'll add that the tracking has been done. So those are our tags, 5 tags for this process. And this will help the person that's looking at the order to know where they are in the process. So next, we're going to add an order. And we're just going to call it order number 1. And Jane Doe is our client. And then in the notes area, we didn't talk about this before, you can put in what the order is. So they're ordering a smiley face t-shirt, and let's see, what size do we want it to be? I'm going to make it a large. And again, that information, it will be visible when you have it in the abbreviated position. We can put a person who's assigned to it, and then if you say they'll receive it in 3 to 5 business days, we'll add a due date of about 5 business days, so we'll know when the order needs to be shipped. And then we'll load our checklist in. Okay, so here's our order, and we're just going to take it through the process. So when it's in progress, we'll go in, look at the tasks that need to be completed. So we're ordering the t-shirt from the vendor, and a tag can be applied at the same time. I'm going to pull the transfers. We've gotten the t-shirts back, so we're going to click check that the order is correct, and then we're ready to press the t-shirt, and we're now applying another tag. and we're using the method we showed before, that the t-shirt's ready to be packed. Now the order has been moved down the workflow, and it looks like we forgot to add a line item for this being packed. So we'll add it here, and then you can also go into your checklist and update it as well. And we'll add our tag for it to be packed. Now we're moving it again down the process, and we are ready for it to be shipped. And anyone can see where we are in the process. You see the green tags. Now we're adding, checking off that it's shipped, and adding the tag. And at this point, your technician would put in the tracking information. Now we're ready for the billing section. So what we're going to do is use the same task in our business procedures, and we're going to remove the checks from the checklist, as well as take the tags out and clear the due date. We want this to represent what the person would see once they're assigned. So we're going to clear the due date, and we're also going to clear who's assigned. So to start this process, you want to click on the I next to the project. So once you click on the I, you're going to click on the project properties, and then you're going to click on power ups and click on time tracking. Time tracking is going to allow you to track the time for each task. So as you can see, we have some other options here, but we're going to use our time tracking. And then we're going to assign our technician, which would be me at this point. And then at that point, your technician should get an email saying, hey, you've been assigned, and then they'll start the process. So they'll click on the play button, and they'll start working through the process. And day one, they'll order the t-shirts, and they'll pull the transfers. Once they complete that, they can stop the time. I'll pause the time. And then on day two, they'll start the time again, and then they'll finish up the process. So they'll check to make sure the order is correct, they'll press the t-shirt, they'll pack, they'll ship, and then they'll put in the tracking information. And sometimes they may forget to put the tags in, but at this point they'll put the tags in. And once that's done, they'll stop their time. And at that point, when you get ready to do your timesheets, you'll be able to go into your project properties, click on more, and then export time tracking. And we're going to choose the harvest download. Then from there, you can pull the CSV file into Google Docs and open it in Google Sheets. And this report will give you the dates the order was processed. It will give you the project. You may change it from business procedures to something else. It will show you what orders or tasks were completed, and the number of hours it took, and the person that was assigned. And from here, you can update this CSV file as much as you want with rates and things like that. But that is how you will do your billing workflow. Thank you so much for joining us at MD Consulting, where we create solutions for the creative entrepreneur. See you soon. Bye.